We are going to kind of walk through how you would use Notebook LM. So we're just going to be doing an example today, and we are going to post this recording onto YouTube. That way people can kind of follow along with it. So to find Notebook LM, it's notebooklm.google. Like we said, this is a Google created tool. So that is just the website that you'll go to. For purposes of what we're going to do today, I am going to be grabbing a document just off of our school website. So down at the very bottom is our TIA handbook for this school year. So I'm going to click on that and just go ahead and download it. And then back in Notebook LM, it first has you on an overview. There is Notebook LM Plus. Right now, Notebook LM is free. I'm sure that's not going to be that way forever, but for now it is. So as you scroll down, immediately tells you this is an AI research assistant, which is kind of what we talked about. So you can upload your own sources, which is what we're going to be trying today. I'm going to be uploading a PDF, but you can also put in a website link, a YouTube video, audio file, Google Doc, anything like that. You get instant insights, see the source, not just the answer, which I think is something that not all AI tools are doing currently. I know ChatGPT will sometimes show you where it got a source from, and you can click on it, but they don't all do that. So that's very unique, and then listen and learn on the go. So again, you can create that episode and then listen to it without having to be looking at your computer. So we are going to just kind of be playing with this today. I'm going to hit try Notebook LM. And then you can see that it's saved past notebooks that I've created, but we're going to go ahead and create a new one. And then you can upload source, you can pull from your drive link, or you can just paste in text. So it doesn't have to be an actual file. But we are going to pull from downloads, and then you can see that that's processing over here. So I can add another source, which I think is really cool. It doesn't have to just necessarily be from one. If I have a file, maybe like I had to write a paper over, I can link to whatever we wrote over. I can add my Google Doc. You can have your PDF. So I think that that's really cool that you can have multiple sources in there.
If you're having to write a paper and you need multiple sources, I mean, being able to drop all those in is valuable.
Mm-hmm. And you can see now that we've given it a second to finish loading that document, it changed the name. So a while ago it said untitled, and now it's pulling from the document that I actually uploaded. So I went ahead and named this notebook for me. So you can add notes to it. You can save the note. I can copy what it is giving me here in the text. This is just kind of a summary of what that document is. So if I just wanted to summarize it, I could copy that. I can type in other things. So if I want to ask it, the AI, a question, I can ask a question, just start typing here. It's giving me prompts as well. So if I really like this question, I can click on it, and then you can see the AI is working to start answering that question that pertains to the document that I uploaded. Give it a second, and then look, it's showing me what page it got that answer from, which is really cool.
You know, at first I didn't know what those numbers were for.
Yeah. So you know, if you want to look this up, that it's factual if you do want to go in and fact check it. But it shows me every page that it got those answers from. So I think that that's really cool. But again, you can ask your own question, or I can scroll and see what other questions it's suggesting for me. And then same thing, just within a matter of seconds, it's there. So when we are ready, if we are wanting that audio piece of it to make kind of, like we said, a podcast episode, then over here you can see where it says deep dive conversation, 2 hosts, English only. I haven't really played around with the customized audio feature, but you can do that and tell it to focus specifically that conversation on a particular piece. So if it was like, we want to focus specifically on how much money teachers can get at the different levels of TIA, we could put that here.
And that'd be nice, because there may be a large document that you're dealing with or that you're working on, and you do want to focus just on particular areas.
Mm-hmm. Or again, if you were uploading a book, you could tell it, hey, we want to focus specifically on the theme here.
True.
I'm going to go ahead and close that, and we're just going to hit generate, and it tells you right away. It might take a few minutes. Again, that's going to be kind of depending upon how big the file size of the document is, or if you're linking how many pages that website has. But it does say that there's no need to stick around. So I don't have to have this tab open for it to continue working. If you want to load it and then go check your email and come back to it, it's still going to be processing.
How many of these have you generated, do you think?
This is actually only my third one.
And I wondered, because I've only done the one and was very impressed, but I was curious about how long it was taking. I know the one that I created ended up being 27 minutes long, and I would say it generated in less than 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't have a good feel for how long it takes to generate.
Right.
I know this one's been about 45 seconds so far, just
Yeah.
because I was
While
looking at my
it's
watch
doing
to
that,
see.
I can kind of go back and show. So this was one I did before we got out for Christmas about some Google Workspace updates. And so I just kind of loaded in. This one was actually a website. But again, you can see the summary that it's giving me. I didn't ask it any questions, and I actually did not generate a conversation for this one. But I could always go back and do that because it saved it since I'm signed in with my Google. So that's nice. And then this one, I actually already did the incentive allotment handbook just because I wanted it to be something that was local to us. And this was the first notebook I actually sent you.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know if you remember, you started listening to it, and I think you actually played it for a few people in the district and tried to ask them whose voice it was, and they were trying to guess, and you're like, no, it's AI. So
People didn't understand or didn't believe what I was saying because no one's used to those voices being natural sound.
So I'm going to go ahead and just play this last one, and then we can kind of compare since I did the same document twice. But this first one I did, it's 12 minutes and 54 seconds for this document. So let's just play a little bit of this clip so they can see what it sounds like.
All right, let's dive in. We're tackling the Clyde CISD Teacher Incentive Allotment Handbook today, TIA for short. It's a big one, folks.
Definitely a deep dive.
We're talking about how teachers, students, and even the whole district could be affected. And this handbook, it's like our guide. It shows exactly how Clyde CISD wants to attract those awesome teachers, keep them around, and maybe even, get this, help some hit a six-figure salary.
It's not just talk either. They're putting real effort into rewarding teacher effectiveness. And with TIA, it's more than a pat on the back, They're connecting how teachers do with how much students are learning. That's a game changer.
They're kidding. So TIA 101, right? The handbook.
I think that's crazy.
And like I said, it sounds like two people that were either hired or two professionals that are having that discussion, and it's
It's so
based, customized to your organization, and all that from that document. That exact text is not typed in specifically. It was created through AI.
Which is very cool. And so once you have a clip or something, even just the chat that you want to share, you can come up here to the share options. And so since I'm signed in with my Google and this is a Google tool, you can actually just add in people here and they'll get an email about it, or you can copy the link and you can share it. And so that's what I had done. I had just texted it, I think, to you, or maybe I emailed it. I don't really remember. But you can change it so that multiple people have access to this particular notebook. So also could kind of be, a group project. Maybe you have several students working, and so they're all going to add sources and things like that, but they're going to turn in one episode. And so I think that could be something unique as well.
And can that be edited once you've uploaded that document, can you edit the I was curious.
Yes. So I even though I already have that, I can still add more notes. I can still ask it questions here. I can still add sources. And all of that good stuff. And then
well, that would be an excellent collaborative tool if you think about it, because you can have multiple people type up. Well, for that matter, you could have a classroom of students type up documents and submit them all and have it analyze the entire collection of documents.
That'd be very cool.
Nice.
So I am going to hop back over and just see that one is still generating. So like we said, it does sometimes take a minute, but I'm very interested to see if this one's longer or shorter. We gave it the same document twice. I did ask this one a few questions, which is different from, there it goes.
And I'm going to say that took about 5 minutes too.
And so I will go through, and I do want to listen to it and just kind of compare notes of why this one is so much longer, what more do they talk about. And like I said, it may be because I asked it these specific questions having to do with the money and things like that. And so I think that that's kind of interesting. I'm going to have to go through and compare. But again, you're not getting the same output every time just because you use the same document. So you can give kids, hey, I want you to use this source, but they're going to ask it different questions, and it's going to give them a different output every time. So I think that that's pretty unique as well.